Bucky Brooks, NFL defensive back for years, former NFL scout, Panthers and Seahawks. Let's start with this, Raiders Hard Knocks. It doesn't bother me because, A, they are entertaining, and B, I don't think they're a championship-level team, so I don't think this is getting in the way of wins. I think they're trying to sell tickets in Vegas. That's why they want to play in Canada, London, Hard Knocks. It's why they acquired Antonio Brown. I can sell tickets.
Oh, they certainly have a brand, and I think it only strengthens the brand. You talk about them playing in Winnipeg in the preseason, going to Vegas in a year or so. This gives them an opportunity to kind of let people see behind the curtains. And also, you have John Gruden, who's very comfortable on TV. He kind of understands how to play it for the cameras. The general manager, Mike Mayock, comes from a TV background. So the TV cameras shouldn't be a major deal because they kind of know how to play to that. The thing that you have to worry about, and we saw this last year with Cleveland, when the cameras are rolling and some of that footage kind of makes it to the show, if it's unbecoming, it creates a narrative that is really, really hard for the team and the players to shake.
Yeah, no, it does. I think they're in a tough division now. I do think, I mean, I went to Vegas not long ago, and I saw that stadium, and I thought, they got to sell tickets. And John's assured a job for a decade. So Mark Davis said, listen, just these first 2 years, let's sell some tickets. Because I've been owning this team in Oakland. We can't sell the upper deck. I don't want to go to Vegas and have an empty upper deck. So I kind of get what the Raiders are doing. Let me ask you, so Carson Wentz signs early with the Eagles. That's a good, smart move. It'll hurt for a year. But in 2 years, when Mahomes signs for $200 million, you'll feel pretty good. I think they also made the move to force the Cowboys and say, hey, we set the market. Because Dak on paper has beaten Wentz 3 out of 4 games.
Yeah.
Dak never gets hurt. Dak's won the division. It's going to force Dallas to pay Dak $32 million.
The Dallas Cowboys have kind of mismanaged this by waiting. And I know on the outside, you can't pay him 22 or 20. I think during the fall when I came, we talked about $22 million, $23 million. Well, now the price is $32 million that they'll have to pay him annually. No matter how you slice it, love him or hate him, that's where the market is set. Carson Wentz comes in at that number. Dak Prescott has a solid argument to say, I at least deserve what he makes based on what we've done.
Kirk Cousins is making 29.
Yes.
There is no argument Dak's worth more than that. That's not even a debate.
No, it's not. And so the longer the Cowboys wait, the higher the price tag. It would have been in their best interest to try to get this deal done.
About a year ago.
Yes. Try and get it done early because he was not drafted in the first round. He was a 4th-round pick. And look, I know the thought of Dak Prescott getting the amount of money that is going to put him in the Aaron Rodgers category is going to make some people nauseous. However, they got him on the cheap for 4 years. So
doing that free.
Yeah. During that time, that is when you build up the rest of your roster because you have him on a super discount. You can't expect him to now give you another hometown discount when he's won games. It doesn't happen. And so the Dallas Cowboys have to get this figured out. But he's in the catbird seat because if he doesn't sign a deal, he signs the franchise tag. And then when the CBA expires, who knows what quarterbacks are going to make. So it's in the best interest of the Cowboys to hurry up and get this deal done before the price tag continues to kick up.
So I'm watching the Todd Gurley story. Now, I never understood when they signed him because they signed him a year early. But I know Les Snead, I gave the Rams this. They just moved to L.A. They wanted to make sure star running back, let's get him under contract. Aaron Donald, they signed Brandon Cooks. They were trying to sell PSLs. They wanted to get guys locked in. So they signed Todd Gurley a year before they had to. Now there's arthritis of the knee. Do you think and they just drafted a running back out of college. Do you think the Rams wake up this morning and think, we should have waited?
No, I don't think so. I think the reason you pay Todd Gurley is when you look at the Rams, and I think it was very evident in the Super Bowl, Todd Gurley is the straw that stirs the drink. As much as we love Jared Goff, and I think Jared Goff is going to be a really, really good quarterback, but Todd Gurley is the guy that kind of sets the table for that offense. And so they were trying to reward Todd Gurley for doing all the things. And at the time that they signed him, you didn't know what Le'Veon Bell was going to get. You still didn't know what Ezekiel Elliott was going to get. So you're trying to get ahead of the market if the market got crazy for Le'Veon Bell.
No, I get that.
Now, the thing that we have to do is not overreact to what has come out in the offseason because this really is, in basketball, a load management deal. when we're doing the OTA practices and training camp, the Rams are going to try and be a little smarter when it comes to, hey, let's not waste the reps on the practice field. Let's make sure that we get them in December and January at the highest level in terms of being healthy, being ready to go. We saw at the end of the year, his usage rate, how much they had put on him, he wore down. And because he wore down, he wasn't available to give them the juice that they needed in the postseason. This is a move to try and make sure that when we get into the stretch run, when you really need your running backs, December, January, he's available. Look at what the Patriots were able to get with Sony Michel. Sony Michel in December and January was the best offensive player. They're trying to do the same thing for the Rams.
Patriots have been masters at this. They'll just take James White out for 2 weeks. He'll have 12 catches. 2 weeks later, he's not in the field. That's what they do.
They make sure that, look.
They were very healthy by the Super Bowl.
They understand the long play. So people overreact to the Patriots losing games, and they know they're going to get into the tournament. They really don't matter. It doesn't matter what seed they are. They know they can win it either way, but they're going to have their guys ready when it's time to have them ready.
Did you see who the Patriots drafted? They didn't need another running back. They got one.
Another one.
They didn't need another corner, and they got one. They're looking around at the Mahomes and the Lucks, and they're like, I mean, New England right now has got 5 corners that can play.
Yeah.
And 4 running backs that can play, because what that telling you, Tom's getting older. We can't be in shootouts. We got to keep the score down. We need great corners and a lot of help in the backfield.
The New England Patriots are always one step ahead of the posse. So everyone is talking about the passing game and throwing it and whatever. Bill Belichick is already looking and saying everything is cyclical. In the 80s, it was about the ground game and the running backs. The Patriots won the Super Bowl last year because they ran the ball, they could control the clock, they could manage the game. And also, as your quarterback gets older, you need a supporting cast to be able to do more. Well, they can do that by running the ball with a variety of running backs. They are setting the table to be the old school Patriots team. So the team that won it in 2001, 2003, 2004, that ran the ball with Antoine Smith and Corey Dillon, we're going to see that version of the Patriots this year, not the version that was high-flying with Randy Moss and Wes Welker.
What'd you make about Durant playing hurt?
You know, it's tough because I think this is the toughest time to be an athlete because you have so many outside voices that can get to you.
Yep.
Twitter speaks loud. You have people questioning your toughness, and you have to do this because we've created this thing. Kevin Durant has to do this if he wants to be on the level of LeBron James. I think what's tough about it is every athlete wants to be a part of a championship team. And so when you're in this and you're looking at your players and you know how good you are, you know how good the team is when you play, man, if I can go and take some of the pressure off Steph and Clay, I can help them go to the next level. This is very similar to what T.O. did in the Super Bowl in 2004 when, look, he had broken his leg. He comes back, plays, and is the best offensive player for the Eagles. It's something that you're trying to guard players against themselves, but you want to win. So in the team, you're kind of in a lurch because this is my guy. We're a much better player when we have him. Do I sacrifice long-term for the short term? They tried to roll the dice. It just didn't work out for him.
By the way, Daniel Jeremiah, your podcast buddy, I just love him. And his name's getting thrown out there for front office jobs. You could absolutely go off TV. You probably get offered a job every year somewhere.
Oh, I don't get offered a job, but I get some sniffs every now and then.
I have no problem. I think there's people on TV that talk football that could get a job in the front office. I'm not bothered by the McShay, Daniel Jeremiah, or Bucky Brooks if you came on.
No, here's what I would say.
20 seconds, go for it.
Here's what I say the advantage of coming from the TV world to going in. You now get an opportunity to go to other teams and see how other teams do it. So now you have a broadened perspective. Rather than just sitting in your one room, this is the way that you do it. You go other places, and you can take bits and pieces to make you a better player.
Good seeing you, buddy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.